I've sold over $1 million on Amazon from items that I purchased directly from Amazon. That's called an Amazon to Amazon flip and a great source to add to your sourcing tool belt. In this video, I'm going to talk you through how you can do Amazon to Amazon flips and really focus on the logistical setup process of how you set up your account to ensure you stay safe and in the good graces with Amazon. If you do not set up things correctly, you could end up getting yourself in trouble. And we want to make sure that we can keep this a profitable source, but while also keeping your account safe. So first part is, how do you buy Amazon flips? And the big thing here is you are not allowed to do Prime. You cannot purchase flips, well, Amazon flips with Prime. You must set up an account that is not connected to Prime. I've seen some people, they say, hey, I use my Prime account, but I don't set the Prime shipping, select the Prime shipping when I'm checking out. That might work, but at the end of the day, I do not recommend. I recommend getting an account that's used strictly for purchasing and does not have Prime. You don't add Prime to it. Just utilize this account for purchasing. Another important thing is, do not have that same account be the one that's tied to your seller account. Anybody that already has a seller account and is selling knows that that seller account also will be attached to a purchasing account. You do not want to use that purchasing account for your seller account. While you should not have any issues with doing Amazon to Amazon flips, if you're purchasing in bulk and eventually Amazon does give you issues, you don't want the purchasing issues to affect your seller account. So just keep it separate. Creating a business account is the best approach and is what I would recommend. But it has some better invoicing options, as well as there are flips that have business only discounts. But if you don't have access to a business account for some reason, like myself, I got my business account shut down, I guess, for purchasing too much. And they just downgraded me to a personal account. Back in the day, the business account used to have a 2-day business shipping, and I don't think it was in the terms of service that you couldn't use it for Amazon for resale, essentially. But whatever happened, I did get myself shut down, and all they did was downgrade my account to a normal purchasing account, and I still have tax exempt set up with it. So it really doesn't make that big of a deal, but the business account will give you access to some items that have business only discounts, as well as the invoicing might be a little bit better in there. It's been a while since I've looked at it since I got shut down. Now, does Amazon care? I mentioned getting shut down. When I got my business account shut down, all they did was said you violated terms of service, downgraded me to a non-business account, and said don't try to set up another account. And I haven't. I purchased lots of flips since. I have not had a problem. I've never heard of anybody having a long-term issue. I just think at a time when they were doing 2-day business shipping, even if I don't believe it was in the terms of service, they didn't want you purchasing for resale. And that's the big thing with Prime, right? In the Prime terms of service, it says you can't purchase items utilizing Prime for resale. So safest thing, no Prime, don't use your seller. With flips, if you want to set up tax exempt, no point in paying tax. If you're out of the US, do not have a US-based location, and you're shipping directly to a prep center that's in a tax-free state, then it doesn't really matter. But if you don't have a prep center that you're sending to, or you want to have the ability to receive it in your home state that isn't tax exempt, sales tax exempt, then you want to set up an account. So I'm going to walk you through that real quick. If you go log into your account, I'm just under my account here, and you can just do a quick search for tax exempt. You click that button, it's going to redirect you to here. And in this case, it's trying to get me access to a business account. Again, I would love to, but you told me I can't do it anymore. So in this case, I hit this button, and it's going to take me into the setup wizard. I've already started this. Let's see. There we go. So this is the beginning of it. You have to pick your state, right? You can pick multiple states, but for each state, you're going to need to have like your sales tax, your state form that you're going to provide to them. So I'll use New Jersey. That's where I'm located. What type of exemption is your business looking for? It's resale. Easy peasy. This is just looking to confirm what we're going to do. There you go. Tell us about your organization. You want this to match your business information in Seller Central, so that, again, if you do have to validate a performance issue, if they lose your items, if I don't know, whatever reason, you got a section 3 and you need to validate a supplier, which is them, you want it to match up perfectly. So you use your organization name and you use the exact address you have in Seller Central, and that'll make things a little bit smoother. In this case, this is all made up information for this little exercise here. Load, load, load. Okay, so here it's just asking, please provide additional information to generate the exemption forms. So again, what is it? It's resale, and here it's retail trade. And then do you have a registration number? Yes or no? Yes, I do, and you should have this for when you've set up your business. And then, enter one of the following: the New Jersey tax ID. No, this is not really my ID. This is just a random 12 digits that Amazon accepted to let me take it to this next level, which I think just takes me to the signing page. It's just a confirmation page, and you click here and you sign. I don't want to go any further there, but I think besides those simple steps, each state is going to have its own form. This is, I got right off of Amazon as well. You can look at the states and it'll tell you the form you need. So in New Jersey, if I go to New Jersey, there it is. I need the form ST3. If I do a quick Google search on ST3 and pull that up, it's going to have a form that I complete. And there's nice little instructions here that I provide who's the information of the seller. In the case for when I'm setting this up for Amazon, Amazon's the seller. If I'm setting this up for Walmart, another supplier that takes tax exempt, you would put in Walmart as the seller. You put Amazon there. The purchase is your company, the business that you've set up. Put that information in here as well. It asks what do you do? You're an e-commerce business that sells items. Your property or services, resale. It's ultimately all you put in there. You'll fill this out. I believe there'll be a place to upload this once you get past this, and boom, you have you should have tax exempt set up to allow you to make purchases with tax exempt. All right, so now you got your tax exempt set up, you should be ready to rock and roll. So where do you buy from, or who do you buy from Amazon? Obviously, you're buying on Amazon, but you have third-party sellers and you have Amazon themselves. So I would highly recommend sticking to Amazon or Amazon companies like 6PM or Zappos. There's a lot of third-party sellers, for example, like the Disney store, that I'd be comfortable selling or purchasing from. But especially when you're just starting, I really would focus on Amazon, 6PM, Zappos, any sort of Amazon owned company. Once you start trying to go from third-party sellers, you just have a little bigger risk that you may run into issues down the line, whether it's the items you purchased or having to try to fight the invoices off. With Amazon, if they're trying to say that you've violated, if a customer claims it's inauthentic and you got to provide an invoice and you have it from a third-party seller, again, I still think you would be fine. But again, as you're starting out managing risk, you're probably best off buying from Amazon and larger third-party sellers, particularly ones that are owned by Amazon. Outside of that, how else you can maximize your profit for Amazon flips. One thing that you want to look into, and it really should be for any stores, but if you're getting to the point that you're doing, 6 figures of Amazon flips, purchasing a lot, you want to figure out how to maximize, that money and extract a little more profit out of it. So one of them is looking at the different credit cards that you can utilize. There's a Chase Visa, Amazon Visa card that'll get you 3%. That's a solid card. There's also a Chase Amazon Prime Visa. Now, again, we talked a lot about why you can't use, Prime for purchasing products, but the Prime Visa you can tie up to your Prime account, and then if you utilize that for your purchases on your non-Prime account, it still gets 5%. It may vary, but from my perspective, and all that I've heard and seen, you get the 5% from it. Certainly take a look at that in terms of services and test it, if you decide to go that amount. Gift cards, it's really hard to find legitimate discounted Amazon gift cards out there. Um, but what you can do is the Chase Inc. Visa card. There's a couple of them. I forget the exact one. I'll throw the link into the video description here. But there is a get you 5% on supply stores. So you can go into like a Staples or order online from Staples, utilize that card and get your 5% on your gift cards. Little extra steps. I have never done it. I would rather get the three. I take 3% off of a Visa card before I do 5% and deal with gift cards personally. But I know people will go that route. And then cashback portals. Amazon is on cashback portals like Top Cashback, Ebates, whatever they call themselves now, Rakuten, I believe. Probably butchered that name. Mr. Rebates, any of those sort of portals. Amazon is on there, but it seems like mostly nowadays it's just, you get it if you're buying their Amazon devices, the Kindles, and other Amazon devices and products. But it doesn't hurt to check. They used to put shoes and clothes on there all the time. They used to sometimes put toys, electronics. During holidays and stuff, they do add some additional categories at times. So it doesn't hurt to take a quick check and see if they're paying. And because it is, hey, if you get an extra 6-8% cash back plus 5%, that can really help expand the profits beyond what you can earn just doing the flips himself. So lastly, where do you find them? I will link another video that we've done of showing you how I source them. In addition to that, and I'll include the link as well, but we have a Discord that will throw Amazon flips up as well that shows ones that we found that may be worth buying. And the big thing is just also showing the logic behind it, understanding why it's a buy, why it's not a buy, and thinking can be very helpful. That is all for now.